My name is Madison Heslop. I'm a senior in American Studies and History, and I published an article in JPER. And last fall, I was enrolled in a course that was cross-listed between American Studies and the English department with Professor Christina Bross. The class was all about looking into local history, how people interact with local archives, and how we remember things from the past. And so one of the assignments was to find something at Purdue or in the West Lafayette community that you want to investigate. And so I'd actually done a little bit of a project earlier in the semester for the class on the pump, just, like 2 paragraphs saying like, this is what people say about it. This is all that we know about it, which wasn't very much. And so I decided to go more in depth with that. And what I discovered was that there was essentially 2 different stories, and one gets told and one doesn't. And the one that gets told is the one that's kind of a feminine, romanticized story, and the other is another masculine story that's centered around what's called the Ancient Order of the Dormitory Devils, which was an all-male group on campus centered out of the men's dormitory they were kind of tricksters, pranksters around campus, but some of the stuff that they did was actually pretty horrific, and the pump was included in a lot of their pranks. If you are fortunate enough to be able to be someone who gets to use archives in their research, I definitely recommend checking out what you can find locally, because it's a completely different experience than looking at archives and resources that you can only get digitized or online. And since I started at Purdue, I've always known that I wanted to go on to a career in academia. And so if you ever hear anything about that field or that career, the kind of motto is publish or die. So in order to be a more competitive candidate for graduate school, I've been looking out for opportunities to publish my work for a while. I was reassured that there was a place for liberal arts in JPER, and so I submitted my paper, since it was kind of perfectly tailored to get published at Purdue, being about Purdue itself, and it ended up getting picked up, and I'm really happy with it. I think the most valuable thing about being a JPER author is just having been published, being an author. Of course, having that experience of getting a lot of feedback, getting edited, is a bit different than what you usually get in class, where you get something back and you get a grade on it and that's it. So going through a longer process of editing is also helpful for me in my future career. Getting published, whether or not you plan on doing it in the future, is a good experience. It looks good on your resume or your CV, and it can help you get ahead in other ways, because you learn to take your critiques of your work and kind of improve upon them. It's very exciting, and I definitely I enjoyed it a lot.